What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Spider Cal. Today it's not gonna be so much of a review. It's gonna be like a venting rant. The past couple of months, maybe towards the end of May, uh, leading into June, like the beginning of June, I went through a pretty bad breakup where I was like pretty distraught in the first, like the weekend of the breakup, the weekend a little bit leading into the following week. uh, I got with this girl back in 2014. We've been together for maybe like 4 years or some change. And one of the things that I will constantly reiterate to her is cheating. I'm not your typical nigga. I'm not I'm not one of these dudes that just, regardless if you're single or if you're taken, soon as you see the next female, you're on it. I'm just not. I was raised by my mom the majority of my life. And my dad was locked up for X amount of years, hustling, doing this thing, just doing what niggas in the streets do, manipulating the system, even though he was a cop, state trooper once upon a time. And, in the process of that and him getting out and them getting back together, you know, before I was even old enough to understand, my mom would just pull me to the side and tell me to pay attention to the things he do and the way he acts and the way he moved and stuff like that. And she really just like programmed me to not be that typical, man, I guess you want to say. And this is around the time where, women really was, getting played and cheated on, and like was really being mistreated around those times. We're talking like early 80s leading, So and I didn't know or understand like the majority of the stuff that she was explaining and showing me, until I eventually grew up to be a young man. So now that or ever since I started dating him, I always getting cheated on, man. Like ever since I first started dating a female, like I'm always getting cheated on because I be trying to apply those values that my mom taught me growing up, because I still have in my mind these are the things that women are looking for, not fully realizing that people as a whole are just changing and changing for the worse. People just don't care. Like, people care more about animals, the safety and care of animals, versus the safety and care of another human being. You know, so yeah, I've always been cheated on. I've been engaged twice, and as soon as I put the ring on their finger, they stepped out on me. And this one here, I met online through one of them online apps and stuff, and it was one of the worst online apps too. Like this particular app was Badu. This particular app, you don't really trying to find no significant other on this fucking app. You just do a smash and dash type of thing. And I ran across her, and initially I did think it was gonna be like a smash and dash type of situation, because like we started talking. Mind you, on Baidu, the majority of the girls on there are either like fucking catfish, probably like some kind of serial killer or a rapist or whatever the fuck, or just stuck up females that just wants that recognition. They want you to pursue them, be thirst trapping niggas with pictures with them looking all scantily clad and stuff. And they won't say anything back. It doesn't matter how you approach them. You can approach them with the utmost disrespect. Hold on for a minute. My bad. Yeah, you can approach them with the utmost disrespect, or in the most respectful manner possible. It just don't matter. You know, women are so desensitized from like romance and like gentlemen, you know, that they don't see one or recognize one when it's right in front of their face. You know, so they just let them go and they keep going after the same dudes, and they complain and sing that same song that women around the age of my mom, when she was coming up as a young woman, used to sing. But they was warring it when they was saying all the stuff about, you know, they want to be respected, they want a good man, this and that and the third, because it was really rough for them back in those times. It's not like that anymore. Like, women are just as bad as men, if not worse. I feel like they're worse, in my opinion, because they can lie, you know. And my ex, like, she'll stick with a lie. Like, she's a habitual liar. She's a habitual liar. And my thing, you know, being also, you know, eventually raised from my father too, and him, you know, being a cop, he has like the combination, teaching me a combination of his experience of being a cop, being locked up, being in the army, and like his street experience. You know, growing up against my will, I guess you could say, I had no other choice but to learn, you know, human behavior, the way a person talks, their body language, you know, both like male and female, because what a man would do and how a man would say it would be completely different for what a woman would do and how a woman say it. And combine that with my own experience, you know, being the man that I am today, it's just like, I just know when a person is lying, you know. I just know. I may not know fully what's going on. I might have a lot of ideas, you know, and hints and stuff, but I know when you lying. I just know, you know, I know. And most of the times, like, I'll throw things out there, you know, because, like, you know, I think a lot, and I'll be coming up with these things like, I think this is happening, this happened, this happened, and I'll be like, yo, you doing this and that and the third. And she'll be lying straight to it. No, I'm not doing what? And then come to find out later on, it was exactly what I was saying she was doing in the first place. And that's the part, you know, that hurt. But I'll explain more on that a little bit. So yeah, you know, I met this chick on that damn dating site. And, you know, I had my own crib. You know, I was living in another part of town that's like kind of right next door to the town that she was living in. And you know, on our first date, you know, we ended up having sex because she came on to me, you know. She went down on your boy, you know. I mean, the first night, you know, like, we went out to eat dinner, and then, you know, the plan wasn't to go back to her crib later on that night. You know, we were just supposed to, like, have dinner and feel each other out, whatever, blah blah blah. And you know, she suggested, you know, we go back to her crib. So we went back. We was watching TV. She's laying on my lap. Next thing I know, like, she's taking off my pants and she's going to work, you know. And I ain't had no protection because I wasn't expecting anything. So it went from that to the bed. And one of the things, because like I said, I think a lot, one of the things that always stuck to me is, even like at that moment, is how she not even concerned. Like, you know, this is the first time she met me, but she's not even concerned about, you know, me wearing a condom or anything like that, you know, where I might have been or anything like that. But you know, to my fault, you know, even though I was wrestling with these things, because, you know, I'm a man and I'm, you know, I'm sexual in nature too, but I don't go out my way to pursue women for sex. You know what I mean? But if I'm with a woman and we're active, yeah, I'm on it. You know, and you know, I was already planning on talking to her for a minute. You know, not necessarily thinking about a relationship, but you know, kicking it with her for a minute. But I wasn't expecting to do anything that first day, that first night. So you know, we did what we did and everything like that. And then, you know, shortly after, Like she wanted to, like, you know, make it official, I guess, and you know, be in a relationship, and we've been together for like 4 years, some change, since like 2014. I can't remember the month. I feel like it was like shortly after New Year's, or maybe in February. I'm not sure. It was early in the year 2014. Um, yeah. So after, you know, while getting to know her, you know, like, I'm finding out that, like, she slept with a lot of guys, man. Like, she's fucked a lot of dudes. You know, like, on that damn Badu app, like, she would just meet dudes and sleep with them and bounce, or go to bars, get hammered, and just meet up with these two random guys. And they, majority of the time, they always black. The common denominator, like, these got to be black dudes. You know, she's screwed around with, you know, some Puerto Ricans and whites too, but like for the majority of the time, they're always black dudes. And you know, I remember she telling me this one story about her going to the bar one time and leaving out with these two dudes, and she don't remember what happened, according to what she says. And these guys, like, you know, literally like some hunted game, like you out in the woods and you just shot a deer and you taking it back to where you at to gut it, clean it, you know, and do your thing with it, eat it, whatever. Like, they dragged this chick back to the hotel and they, you know, just ran train on her ass, you know. She's been in a relationship with females, you know, like she ruined a relationship with a female where I believe this chick was married, or she was dating this dude, and she was at her house and they locked the door, and like she was like having sex with her, you know, going down on her and all kinds of shit like that. And they ended up breaking up because of that, so she ended up establishing a relationship with her. You know, like, it was so many red flags, and it's my fault for sticking around, you know, because at the age that I'm at now, I'm trying to control it. But it's so hard, especially when you got so many friends that's done it the right way. You know, they really found some good women, you know, some loyal, intelligent women. Got married, you know, some of them had kids with them, some of them are on the verge of having children. And, you know, I'm a few years older than all these dudes, you know, and their girls, you know. Love them to death. You know, I wish nothing but the best for their happiness. I'm not upset about their happiness, but I want that happiness too. And I've been, and still kind of am, like, pushing a little bit too hard to try to achieve that type of happiness, a family, children, you know, stuff like that. And despite all the red flags I was getting from her, you know, I was really trying to make this thing work. You know, I was really trying to make it work. You know, like, from jump, the amount of bodies that she has under her belt is just such a huge turn on. Because I didn't understand, like, why would you want to be with me if, you know, you're able to, like, you know, you sleep with all these other dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to be with me? But in my opinion, in my mind, I felt like the reason why she wanted to be with me is because she saw the type of person that I was, and she realized that these other guys, you know, they just in it to bust that quick one, you know, and then, you know, you go your own way or whatever. And she got tired of it, or she didn't want to do it no more. You know what I mean? Like, a part of me feel like that's why she's so easy, that, you know, she does it just so she can come across somebody like me that would, like, you know, try to work it out with her. You know, I was the sucker, man. You know, I was the sucker. You know, I'm not even gonna front. I was the sucker, and I really, because I've been in relationships where, you know, the girl that I was with, you know, had a lot of baggage, but she had fire and passion and wanted to change, and she did change, you know, for a hot minute. You know, until, like, the influence of her family made her revert back. But she did change. She just had that desire. She wanted spiritual knowledge. She wanted a family. You know, she just wanted to be a completely different and better person. But my recent ex, she don't care about those things at all. She don't care about those things at all. You know, she has a son, and her son, you know, like, she she didn't have him the right way. She didn't mean to have him. Like, he is a product of her, just letting either her exes or some random dudes just run up in her, and she got pregnant, and now she's on birth control now, so she can continue to do that mess. You know, so yeah, this chick, she cheated on me, man. I found out she cheated on me, and we was broken up. I was distraught. Mind you, she's a white girl. White women, black women, Puerto Rican women operates differently than white women. White women, they're quick to try to portray themselves like a victim with all that damn crying and stuff, versus like, black and Puerto Ricans, they'll try to beat you head up, da 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 da. Black women, they'll quick to call the cops on you if anything, because they know they can't step to you, but they'll quick to call the cops if you really end up flipping out. Puerto Rican women, out of all races, they'll just hold it down. Whatever happens, they're not going to back down, but they're not going to snitch either, So big ups to them. So yeah, I'm bugging out, when I found out what I found out and how I found out, and, it just wasn't good, man. It was just an ugly situation. And it was a dude that, like, I guess she was talking to before when she was like years ago in high school or something like that. So I remember all this taking place on a Friday when I found out and approached her about it. And we broke up that day. I was done with her, but she was afraid to come back home. But I had left that day anyway and moved out. I was in a mess that weekend. Especially the first day, I was really in a mess. God bless my friends that was like doing everything within their power to make me feel better, taking me out and treating me and stuff. But I was a mess that weekend and leading up to like the following week, But after that first week, honestly, like, I was good. I felt better. You know what I mean? It don't take long for me to get over shit. It really doesn't. Especially if it's a situation where you did something wicked to me and I ain't do nothing wicked to you, and I think about that and I wrestle with it, and then I'm like, fuck them. You know what I mean? And that's how I was with her, like, if that's the type of lifestyle she want, fuck her, let her do her thing. Like, I'm wasting my time. I already wasted 4 years on her, I need to like really find me a woman that wants the same thing that I want, so I can be happy, and have my own kids, and instead of taking care of her son and stuff like that, and playing daddy when she has a good dad, when he has a good dad, playing daddy to him, I can have my own kids. She had no desire to have a child for me. She said that outright. She had no desire to have a child for me because of my religious beliefs, just stupid stuff, instead of like, trying to come together with me and talk it out and try to work things out. She's just like, no, no. Like, she's real selfish, man. Whatever she wants it. Her family is very enabling. It doesn't matter what she does, what she gets herself into. They're there to pick up the pieces and vouch for her. Like, oh, it's Melissa. Oh, whoops, said her name. Who cares? But anyway, it's Melissa. Like, oh, that's just the way she is. But if someone was to do that to her, you get called every fucking stereotype name in the book, dog, pig, whatever. You can't do that to her, but she's doing it to you. So I got over her, like, real quick. That after that first initial week, I got over her, and I met someone. Well, I was introduced by a friend of mine, and I met her and we was talking, and like, she's a real good person. I enjoyed talking to her, and I wasn't in the sense of dating her. I wasn't thinking about dating her. It just felt good to have everything I was asking for from a woman. I'm just getting that, No sex, anything like that. Just like, the conversation, because my ex, she wouldn't talk to me. When she felt like she was in a corner, she'll just shut down. That's all she did. She'll shut down. She wasn't clean. The house was always being a mess. In the beginning, I tried so hard to keep her apartment clean because she asked me to live in with her. I left my apartment to live with her, kept her apartment clean. She had a broken vacuum. I fixed that shit, and now she has a good vacuum she doesn't even use. You know, between her and her child, you know, I'm cleaning up behind both of them. Like, I have 2 children instead of, you know, a girlfriend and her son. You know, I had 2 kids, and always clean up behind her, always doing dishes, you know, taking out the trash, you know, just all of it. I be begging her to help me. I'm not looking for a housewife. Help me with these things, you know, 50-50, be my partner. Help me keep these things clean. You know, she likes to eat out every day. Like, she's not in the greatest of shape at all. And she likes to eat out every day. You know, I like to eat out sometimes too. But, you know, I have expenses and bills, and, you know, there's things that I want to accomplish because I want to be I still do, I'm pursuing it now, a CDL Class A driver. And I came to her with this idea of, you know, I'll go out of state to a company and I'll work for them, be contracted for them for a year. You know, after that year, I come back. She didn't want me doing that because she thought I was going to be having sex with prostitutes or whatever the fuck. You know, so I stayed. There was a lot of things I sacrificed, you know, because she didn't want me doing it. You know, so, you know, I had trouble. I always kept a job. You know, I'm a type of person when it comes to work, I'm not going to put up with any bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm going to hold the company accountable by, you know, by their policy. You know, and a lot of these companies that I've been to, because I got my Class B, driving school bus, you know, they don't like to follow through with, you know, their own bullshit, and, you know, I end up quitting. You know, there's one job where I was falsely accused for some heinous stuff, and I was able to prove them absolutely positively wrong, you know, and I ended up getting fired from that because after I made the manager look stupid, like, she's been on my ass ever since, you know, and the added stress just built up. You know, and I, you know, lost my temper one day. I ended up losing my job over it. But anyway, I digress. But whenever for whatever reason, I don't have like a main job, I'll fall back on my fallback job, which is like I'm also an independent contractor as a CNA at a company, and what they do is, you know, I call them up at any time. I could go months, a year without working for them. Whenever I feel like, I call them up like, listen, I need a shift. I don't care what shift, first, second, third, I need a shift, you know, find me something. So they'll call different hospitals and nursing homes. All right, we got you a first or second or third shift at such a place. Like, that's the only thing that sucks about it. The distance, traveling wise, it sucks a lot of times because it's always like really far off. But the money is good. The money is real good. You get paid and properly compensated, you know, for, you know, the traveling time and how strenuous the facility might be, you know. So I always fall back on that, you know, to pay her bills and stuff, you know, and stuff like that. But she never wanted to cook. Like, I'm from Georgia. I like home cooked meals, dinners, you know, and we sit together, you know, at the dinner table like a couple or a family and stuff like that, and we eat and, you know, talk or whatever like that. She wanted to eat out every day, and I'm not even saying that figuratively. I mean literally every single day. If she didn't eat out, she will buy like Taco Bell or go to the Mongolian Grill type bullshit, and it'll fuck her up, you know. Like, and even despite it fucking her up, she would still do the shit. Like, she just did not care. Like, she got a problem, man, you know. And she will hold things like that. Like, when I do go to these restaurants with her, you know, when I wanted to stay home and cook, she'll pay, you know, and rightfully so. You know, I don't have the money to spend on eating out every day. You know how much that costs? You know, when we can just buy groceries and just, you know, make dinner, you know. And she will go back to her homegirl, which is another loose one that just went around, and, you know, she found someone now, you know, who knows who I still feel like she got a side piece on the side, cause no matter who her friend is dating, she always has a side piece. She always has an insurance plan. Always. So there's no doubt in my mind she got someone on standby. I guarantee it. But she'll tell her friend, like she always tells, she tells her friend everything she should be talking to me about, so we can work through it. You know, everything I be trying to get out of her, so we can like come together and get through these issues. She'll go to her friend. Her excuse with me is I don't know how to express myself. But you're expressing yourself exactly the way I've been begging you to your friend. And she'll tell her friend things like, you know, I'm broke and I won't pay for dinner and stuff like that. And I'm like I don't want to eat out every day. You know, like I spend my money on groceries and paying you. You know, shit like that. I also feed your son and stuff like, you know. But she'll go back to her and she'll make posts on Facebook. Who is that? You know, I'm just going to ignore it. And she'll make posts on Facebook, subliminal posts, or put up memes and stuff like that. You know, kind of talking about me or whatever we're going through. You know, about not paying for things and stuff. When I was down to eat dinner, because I've had paid for dinner many a time. You know, I did. You know, or go half on her with it, or whatever the situation was. But if I'm not trying to go out to eat Monday through Friday every single day throughout the month. You know, I'm not trying to do that. You know, and that's just the type of person she was. You know, so yeah. Back to my story, you know. So yeah, she played me, and I got over her. I legit got over her after the first week. The weekend passed, and then the week came, and that passed. I was legit good. And from my boy introduced me to Shorty, you know, we took a couple selfies together, and I posted a selfie on Facebook, you know. And it was innocent to me, you know, because I'm broken up with you. The reason why we broken up because you cheated in the first place. So who cares if I put up a selfie? And it wasn't like I posted it on like my main feed. It was like on the story of Facebook. And man, she texted me talking all kinds of shit, because she would say things like I never would take selfies with her. Why? Because she would never ever look good for me. She wouldn't do her hair for me. She wouldn't like shave for me. She wouldn't get her nails done for me. Everything I would ask her to do, you know, like be a woman. And every time I ask her to do it, she will have some kind of rebuttal or why she can't do it, or why she just didn't want to do it. She just didn't want to do it. You know, like I would have to ask her, cause like she has a bad habit, like she gets like hair, like mustache type junk, you know, and I'm like, you know, shave, wax, you know what I'm saying? And she just would not. I don't understand why she didn't want to do it for me. Like, I'm not saying nothing bad. I never called her out her name. I never made her feel bad about herself, you know, calling you fat bitch or anything like that, you hairy, you know. I never was vulgar like that with her. I was trying to encourage her, bring her along with me to the gym and stuff like that. You know, I really wanted these good things for us. I really wanted them bad. You know, because I saw the potential in her. When it comes to me, I see potential in people. I'm not cut and dry like everybody else. I'm not black and white. I don't look at a person and be like, all right, you're ugly, you know, or you're lazy. You know what I mean? Fuck you, I'm not going to deal with you. You know, like everyone could change. I feel like if you show a person that they're worth it, and you're willing to work it out with them, you know, it'll give them that jump, that motivation, that initiative to change these things about themselves. And I tried so hard with this one, guys. I tried hard, and she fought me tooth and nail. Like, she, in my opinion, in my mind, like, she was happy with her lazy and like nasty, you know, behavior, not wanting to clean the house, like leaving garbage and dishes piled high and stuff. I got to the point where I just stopped doing it. I wasn't going to do it anymore. You know, I just stopped doing it. And she was still cool with it. Like, she didn't see these things. Like, it was bad, man. So yeah, you know, she would not groom herself properly like a woman should, you know, while admiring her homegirl. And that, out of everything, that's what I admire about her friend the most. She's not gonna look crazy. You're not gonna catch her half stepping. She's a go-getter. What she wants, she goes after. She's a go-getter. and she cares. She deeply cares about her appearance. You know, she's a woman, and I was hoping that some of that, you know, that mentality would rub off on my woman, but it just didn't. You know, so yeah, man. Like, it's so much to say about this chick. So yeah, all right. So I was over her, and I put up like a selfie of me and another shorty I was talking to on Facebook story. And man, this chick, my ex, like, she hit me up so quick, texting, talking all kinds of shit. I hate you. You ain't never took a selfie with me. You know, da 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 da. I mean, talking all kinds of shit. Like we was up for hours. Like, it was like 3, going on 4 in the morning, arguing. You know, because I'm the type of person, you ain't gonna talk shit to me. You know, especially I ain't do shit to you. Like, bitch, we're broken up because of your ass. You know, and if you cared about looking presentable, then I will more than happy show you off, you know, and introduce you to my friends and stuff like that. But like, if you looking crazy, you know what I'm saying, why would I want to show you, you know what I mean, why would I introduce you to anyone and take pictures with you and you looking crazy? So we stopped talking, you know, like, cause like, no, we stopped talking. We was done. You know what I'm saying? Like, done. Like, haha Davis, we were done. And I was cool with it, you know, because I had already gotten over her anyway. Because I was like, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking like, you know, something potential might be good with, you know, this new shorty. But we both decided, you know, like, let's take our time and be friends and keep talking and keep communicating. Because one thing I really, really love about new shorty is she said herself, like, she loves communication, you know, like communication is so important to her, and I'm the same way, you know. So, you know, and just like talking to her just made me feel so good, man. Like, I just felt good, you know, when I was talking to her. She made me feel like it was okay to be who I am and have the morals that I have. Like, it wasn't me, it was my ex. I just needed to find someone that was more compatible with me instead of wasting time with someone that wasn't willing to, like, try. And, you know, a few days after the argument between me and my ex, you know, she hits me up out of nowhere. Mind you, I'm in the process of, like, trying to get my learner's permit, my Class A learner's permit. And, you know, we talked it out or whatever. And, you know, we made up. Right? And ever since then, you know, ever since that day, every day, every morning, every night, she would hit me up. Oh, I love you. I'm so in love with you. I love you so much. You know, doing things like she wanted to cook dinner for me. She started doing everything I was begging her to do when we was together. You know, and then what was really starting to get suspicious to me, like, she started grooming herself. Like I was saying, she was shaving, she was getting her toes did and stuff like that. And I knew something was up. I knew it wasn't for me. Even though she was doing like a complete 360 and portraying to be the woman that I wanted her to be, I knew something was up. Mind you, she was, and I admit, she was fucking my head up, you know, because what she was doing is like what I wanted for so long from her. You know, I wanted it so bad and so long from her. Like, she fucked my head up. And I fell in love with her all over again. You know, like, oh man, you know, like, I fell in love with her again. I was trying to keep my distance as far as, like, keep that frame of mind where I'm not getting back together with her. Because I was afraid that if I tried to get back together with her, she was just going to fall right back into, like, the same bad habits that she was in before. So, you know, I was like, you know, the way it is right now, let's just keep it the way it is. You know, I was saying that to her, just like reiterating it to myself. You know, just keep it the way it is. You know, just be her friend or whatever. Don't fall for it. But I fell for it. You know, and I was getting deeper back into that stage. It was a little bit harder than what Like the feelings I was getting from her was like worse than the way it was when I was actually with her, because I was getting the things I've been asking for the whole time. Like she was talking to me, like she was very expressive now. She was cooking, she was cleaning her apartment, stuff like that. You know, but like the getting her toes done and shaving and stuff like that, like that's when I knew something. I knew something was up. I knew something was up. So I have quite a few friends on Facebook that she's mutual friends with that she doesn't realize. One of my boys in particular that I'm thinking about, his wife is friends with her on Facebook. So it was because of her help I was able, because mind you, going back a little bit, when she hit me up because of that selfie and she was like talking all that shit, she unfriended me, right? So because of my boy's wife and them being friends on Facebook, I was able to like see what's been going on. And man, right after the so-called, us making up and being cool, after she hit me up apologizing about, the way she acted and was saying to me through text because of that selfie or whatever, she was talking to other dudes, and fucking them. One guy in particular is a dude that I was suspicious of back when we was together. Okay, he was like heart emoji, her posts and stuff like. I mean, he just looked at that type of nigga, and and she would do the same on his shit too. And I would confront her about it, and she'll swear up and down nothing was going on. And now she's fucking this dude. She's sleeping over his house. Like she hasn't even, she's not even sleeping at her house right now. Like her apartment is right back. It's in worse condition than it was when I was living there. Like last time I heard, she was supposed to get a new bed, but I haven't seen it. Like, but for some reason, her mattress, her bed is in shambles. Like literally the mattress is off the entire frame of the bed, leaning on the wall. The bed post is like fucked up, broken up. Like I feel like she had like some kind of rough ass sex, maybe like with a couple of dudes or this dude or something like that. With her, it's no telling, man. It's no telling. But her house, her apartment is a mess, and she just sleeping over this cat's house, man. Taking selfies in his bathroom and shit like that, sleeping over this dude's house. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, she's lying the entire time about not having anything to do with him or messing with anybody at all. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not the fact that she's sleeping with other dudes. It's the fact, two things. She's sleeping with other guys while trying to sleep with me. And two, she's fucking a dude that she claims, she swore up and down, she trying to make me feel crazy for thinking that that something was going on, but I was right the entire time. She's trying to make me feel crazy about it, And this cat, he's like, some, like these wannabe, underground rap artists, like, they do like kind of like fan type rap music videos and shit like that. His shit is trash to me. I heard it. I'm not just saying that because, he's fucking her. It's trash. But she's like sharing his posts, his videos on Facebook. Got the fire emoji, talking about it's fire. It's this chick is something else, man. So, I ranted long enough, man. I think my ultimate, what I'm trying to say ultimately, fellas, if you get with a female and you see red flags, man, just bounce. Don't waste your years, man. Don't waste your time on. Just bounce. Don't listen to these feet, because all these women, all these girls today, like they can't express themselves the same way that their moms and my moms was able to express themselves. They haven't went through the same thing. Sure, I'm sure a lot of them got cheated on by dudes and got played by dudes, but it's 50-50. Don't listen to all these females talking about, oh, men are dogs, men are pigs, none of us are good, this and that and the third, fuck boy this, fuck boy that. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. I'm being nice by saying it's 50-50. But honestly, I feel like women got the upper hand. Look how the world is nowadays with the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement. You can't even so much as say hi to a female without them trying to say, you know, they felt some type of way and you made them feel uncomfortable or something like that, and they taking legal actions against you. You know what I mean? Because there are good dudes out there, and despite my experiences with all these bad females, including my current one, I still refuse to believe that there's no good women out there, because I got boys that's married to some beautiful, beautiful, great women inside and out. You know, I know they're still out there. I'm just having trouble finding mine. You know, so don't waste your time with these girls that don't want to make you happy, and they just going out their way to make sure you're making them happy. Yeah, man, I didn't mean for the rant to be this long, you know, but this is something I had to get out my chest. You know, I seriously had to get it out my chest, because, you know, even though I know what's good, because she was you know, really doing all these things, and she made me think that she was changing up, I still got that love for her, man. You know, I still love the chick. Like, it's harder now than it was when we initially broke up, you know, a few months ago. I got over that thing real quick. I was fucked up that weekend, and I was reeling that upcoming week, but after that week was gone, I was good. And then, like, we had our fight, and she came back, and she was just like a complete different person. You know, from that time to now, you know, I'm a mess. You know, I'm pretty much a mess. Like, I'm getting through it, and I've been getting a lot of help to get through it. But yeah, man, you know, I'm doing my thing. You know, she's doing her thing. You know, sleeping at these niggas' house and stuff like that with whoever dick she's sucking. You know, but yeah, man, you know, if it wasn't for her, like, coming back at me again, and, like, you know, kind of like switching it up on me, and like trying to show me that she could change, you know, like, I wouldn't be feeling what I'm feeling. You know, I'm not that bad off, but, you know, like, it's a little bit, it's more difficult now to get over it than it was that first time when she would cheat on me with another guy, with the first guy, you know. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say, fellas. You know, do your thing. You know, a part of me want to also say that we should just be men. You know, like, we should own the stereotypes that we're given. You know, sleep with all these females, man. I can't really be mad at the dude for being a man. You know, like, if you find yourself a female that's willing to just, with no kind of problem, give it up, and he knows he ain't trying to invest nothing in her. She knows that. You know, I don't understand what kind of happiness or enjoyment beyond the sex she's getting from it. But yeah, man, men be men. You know, do your thing. Don't let these females fool you and rule you and have things all one-sided, you know, and shit like that. You know, or continue to be loyal, but loyal to yourself first. Go out there, find yourself a good woman, a good woman, someone that deserves your loyalty, and you know, just try to make it grow from there. You know, I'm still trying myself. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Sorry it was so long. I just need to get this off my chest. I doubt anybody will really probably view this vid, but if you do, whatever comments you got to say, negative or positive, you know, leave it down below. I'll read them. I might respond, I might not. But I hope everybody stay safe, stay blessed, and pursue your happiness. Peace.